always in life there are ups and downs, and being okay with the downs, that they will pass and then you will smile again and things will turn the corner.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Suzanne Duncan. Previously, episode 1143 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It's been just 2 years, 10 months, 6 days, 15 hours, and 45 minutes since we last recorded that conversation. That was then, this is now. Susan, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you, Angel. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, now what part of the world are you in today?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia, and it's 7:45 p.m.
Oh, I'm always fascinated by that. Even after years of hearing it, it still marvels me.
Yes, it's wonderful we can connect on different sides of the world.
So amazing. Now tell me, what's the update? The last time we spoke, we did focus a lot on the work that you were doing as a result of losing your husband. And of course, caring for him for what seems to be around 3 years, right? What's going on? What's the update?
Yes. Since then, I have set up groups for single parents who are, either single by choice or from losing a partner or from divorce or separation. And we meet once a month, and I have a couple of Facebook groups, and I'm happy to also report about 30 bookshops in Australia and New Zealand took up my book for single parents as well, so that's getting out there as well.
Wow, well, congratulations. Who would think, right? At the point, being in that grieving mode, that something like that could be used to help so many other people. Did you see it? Did you envision it would be everything that it is today?
No idea. When anything like that happens, you're looking at the moment directly in front of you, and looking so far ahead was so far out of my imagination. And so it's evolved into something that is my passion.
I can imagine you've had many, many conversations. What's one conversation in the midst of everything that you've been through that's really stood out to you? I'm thinking like the group sessions, like something that would have happened in the group session.
Yes. I see people light up, and they light up when they're ready. Everyone grieves in their own time. They're dealing with, maybe toxicity from a separation, but when they're ready and they're ready to reconnect with who they are and find themselves again, that to me is such a transformational experience, and it gives me goosebumps because there's a light from within again. And one person, dealing with so much change, was so happy to have an alignment with her values. She really didn't know who she was. It's almost like you're trying to keep your head above water for such a long time. And finally, she was able to, find her feet again through aligning with her values and creating like a vision, a new vision, and starting a new journey for herself and her children.
It's said that hindsight is 2020. You being there a couple of years ago, what is probably about however long ago, but when you were there, again in hindsight, do you think it's a result of the things you were doing before that kept you strong during that period and even during this period that you're in? Or is it in a part of you that just arised in the midst of the storms?
That's a good question, Angel. I feel I've always had empathy and compassion, and understanding what other people, or having an awareness and appreciation of what they're going through, has helped with where I am today and the coaching that I do. Once you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, that really immediately brings connection and rapport.
this type of care, this type of investment in others, does it require a boundary line, or is it something that you're really open from the perspective of you cannot see forward the terrain that you're going to encounter? Nevertheless, there's a commitment.
Mm, mm. Yeah, definitely. And always it's about really listening to the person who I'm connecting with, and being really guided by them. So you never ever know what's going to come up.
Hmm.
But it's about having that behavioral flexibility, and presence and mindfulness to go with them where they need to go.
In the midst of helping other people, you do have your children, the three of them, right? So I'm guessing the ages are probably around now 17, 15, and 13. Yeah, plus or minus 1 year somewhere in there.
Yes,
So,
yes, very close.
how are they?
They're wonderful, actually, Andrew. My son has just finished his high school in Australia, and he was dux of his school.
Wow.
He got top marks, and he has such a vision for his future. He's sort of entrepreneurial, so he's doing, he has a curiosity about the world around him, and he had that vision all through the year last year and was able to achieve the results he wanted to achieve. So that was wonderful. My middle daughter has um, taken up interest in drama and shining on stage, which we would never have thought.
Hmm.
And my other daughter is very sociable and always the person her friends come to. She's got lots of friends. So I think that my journey and being open and there for them, that's again had the ripple effects in their lives.
Your husband gave you advice, right? He said, keep on smiling, you will be okay. Has that been the advice that has taken you through?
Yes, at times. Always in life there are ups and downs, and being okay with the downs that they will pass, and then you will smile again and things will turn the corner. So yeah, it's been wonderful advice. And recently, one of his uncles was showing my son how to barbecue. We do a lot of barbecuing in Australia, and that was such a gorgeous experience to see that and know that my late husband, that would have been something my late husband would have shown my son.
You've dared to be bold, and you spoke about the impact your life had. And I think with children, it's more is caught than taught. So Tony Robbins impacted you, right? And your son as well, right?
Yes.
Has personal development been something that has been consistent in the midst of the last couple of years that we last spoke?
Yes, very much so. So I'm an accredited coach, and I'm writing actually for several online magazines now,
Wow.
and in the personal development space, online magazines to reach as many people globally as possible. And that's something I love to do as well. And yeah, it's all about the personal development. I think there's always another level, and it reminds me that I mentioned I'm the driver in my life, not the passenger. So personal development has a huge impact on making that phrase really resonate.
Yeah, being the driver, you get to go through the looking glasses, right? There's the front
Yeah,
view, and of course the rear views, right? When you look back from now to then, do you have any regrets, Susan?
I learn from, well, not necessarily regrets, just things I may have done differently, and and that is reaching more people more quickly. And time, I think life is so short that to make an impact, just go out and do it. But again, as a single parent, we're juggling all of the other issues with raising children. So I suppose, well, it is what it is. um, but I would have liked to have got this message out there a lot sooner.
There's a twin sister that you have, right? Identical twin. Is she in the same space as you? I'm just intrigued from just the perspective of you are a twin. So what's going on in her space? Is she still active? Is it just like you, or is it a completely different person?
Completely different, really.
That's cool.
We both have science backgrounds. My sister worked in Africa for a long time on mine sites as a database administrator in Mali and Tanzania,
Wow.
and she's back in Australia now and pursued a career. So she's very much interested in personal development. It's not her main profession, though.
Well, Suzanne, for those that are listening, though, where's the best place for them to connect with you?
Oh, through my website, on Facebook, um, and I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn. So the exciting thing too, Angel, is that I'm creating an online course for single parents to do in their own time, in the privacy of their own home. So that'll be on my website as well. I really want to move them from feeling overwhelmed, powerless and stuck to trusting in themselves and being present to the moment and open to opportunity to be who they want to be, to move to where they want to be.
Well, Susan, I can tell you it's a great pleasure and a grand opportunity to check in and to hear that you've not given up, that you've continued, that you've pressed on, believing in what you are called to be and what you are called to do, and helping others pursue excellence. So thank you on my side, right, for the work that you're doing. My friend, in closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Oh, thank you, Angel. I really appreciate this opportunity. And thank you, audience. You can be anything you want to be. And this quote, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And we all have that opportunity. And, the strength will come from within.
Love it. Suzanne Duncan, again, a pleasure, a treasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.